So is this one of these things that we now hear about with Harvey Weinstein? It was sort of true at Fox, called an open secret, where people at the Today Show and people in the building knew that Matt Lauer was doing things like this? Or does this come as a surprise, the level of accusations?
Our sources say it wasn't even considered a secret. It was known by many employees at the Today Show, including some employees that have gone on television and said publicly, we had no idea. According to our reporting, some of the other personalities and on-air personalities were aware of these allegations.
So now what? Now what? Where does this go from here?
I think that this is a turning point in the conversation that we're having about sexual harassment in the workplace.
Well, no, listen, I get that. I get that this is a national tipping point. But I mean, at NBC, if management knew this level of, I mean, really lewd, highly, grossly inappropriate, some of these things in your reporting, I mean, look, I'm not a lawyer. I don't know if you want to call them assault or being accosted, but it was clearly unwanted in many of these cases. So what's NBC going to do?
I think they have a trust problem. How can they go forward and say we're cracking down on sexual harassment if people who work there knew that there was knowledge of this situation and of this behavior?
Did any of the women that you spoke to allege rape or something that would rise to prosecuting a criminal case?
In the reporting that we published, no.
But there's more to come.
We've been in communication with more victims, and more women will be coming forward to tell their story. We're confident of that.
Your reporting continues.
Yes, it does.
You know, we've all been talking about the highly regrettable position that Savannah Guthrie, Hoda Kotb, as well as Charlie Rose's co-hosts have been put into, to have to come out before you know all the facts and have to speak on a national stage about this colleague that you thought was one person or that you had a friendship with and a professional friendship with, and have to speak about all of this. Do you have any reporting that suggested that any of the co-anchors at NBC knew about things like this?
According to our sources, the co-anchors were aware of some of these allegations. And so they're having trouble reckoning what some of these anchors said in private conversations versus what was said on TV yesterday.
Current anchors or former anchors?
Both.
Current and former anchors of Matt Lauer's knew that he was doing things that rose to the level of this kind of harassment and lewd behavior, not just extramarital affairs.
Not just extramarital affairs. Colleagues were told, and in fact, not only were told or were aware, they were spreading these stories among the staff.
They were gossiping.
Yes.
And so the women that you've talked to now feel, what, betrayed?
The women that we're talked to feel, I think, hopeful that this action was taken so quickly, but there are questions about what happens going forward, and there's a lack of trust in the current management and the current environment, given that this was allowed to go on for so long.
No kidding.
Yeah.
I mean, no kidding. If these women did go to look, I think it's your reporting. I get sometimes the Times and your stories. They both crossed yesterday, confused. But they told people they told their husband, they told friends at the Times. But if they told people in management and colleagues, of course, there's a lack of trust. I mean, something This is going to be bigger, it seems like, at NBC than just Matt Lauer.
This isn't the end of the story, no. We believe that there will be more women coming forward, and we believe there will be more evidence about who knew what when that will come out in the reporting in the days to come.
Rameen Satuda from Variety, thank you for sharing your reporting with us.
Thank you for having me.
Chris.